everyone, and welcome to our chair yoga session today with our Grow with GoGo series. We're so excited that you could join us, and we're excited today to be joined by Justin, our co-founder and CEO of GoGoGrandparent. GoGo was founded in 2016 and has since served hundreds of thousands of people across the United States. And to deliver our chair yoga demonstration today, we have Adra, who is a yoga teacher and occupational therapist. And her goal and what she loves doing is helping people feel and become the best version of themselves. So we're very grateful to have you here, Adra. Today's agenda is going to be quick intro about GoGo, an overview about chair yoga, followed by that demonstration. And then we're going to save some time for questions and answers at the end. So I'm going to pass it to Justin. Thanks.
Thanks, Cassie. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm going to try doing this faster than the 10 minutes, just so that we can catch up on time. But GoGo is a service that helps our clients live independently in their home for as long as possible. We offer solutions around meals, groceries, home services, medication delivery, and mobility, which is what a lot of people know us for. We are available around the United States as well as Canada. Anyone can call us by dialing 855-464-6872. That's 855-GoGo-USA. And we are there to support you. You all most likely know that because you're already here. But if you know someone that might be a good fit for GoGo or our services, feel free to refer them to us. Every member of GoGo has a special referral code, which they can find on the bottom of their receipts from us, or by calling a team member or going on to our online dashboard. And anytime that you give your referral code to a friend or a family member that then signs up with GoGo, you would both get $10 in credit. So your friend that's signing up would get $10 off their first request, and then you would get $10 in credit added to any type of request, which again could be a ride, it could be a meal delivery, it could be getting groceries coming that week, it could be medication delivery. We're also doing delivery now of durable medical equipment. And then finally, if you need someone to come in, maybe do a cleaning on the home, screw in a light bulb, help set up furniture, that's a new service that we launched this year called Home Services. We are really excited to be doing this Grow with GoGo series. This was born from an initiative to, life is more than just getting around, eating, making sure that things are clean. Life is about, enriching your experience and learning new things and figuring out ways to improve your environment. And so we've been doing some free events and programming geared around that, enriching your life. We've done already some lecture series around cyber safety. Last month, we had an incredible workshop around poetry. We did a poetry reading with a real final year PhD student around in comparative literature, came in and kind of spoke to us about how he thinks about poetry. And we worked on a poem together. It was incredible. And today's session is going to be so much fun. I have been a longtime fan of Adra and her work, and I'm excited to see it in practice. She's super talented beyond just being an instructor in yoga. She's also been able to do occupational therapy. Talk about enriching your life. Adra is someone who is constantly learning new ways to move and be at peace with our surroundings. So really excited to see that. Coming up this year, and this is an important shout out for those that have been part of each of our Grow with GoGo series events. We are not going to be doing a session next month. We are not doing a session in October. Our next session is going to be in November, where we're going to be doing strength training, and then we're going to close out the year with an Italian cooking class, which we're so all really excited about. So thank you for being here. I think that's the end of let's go. Adra, the baton is yours. I'm going to take a back seat.
Great. Thanks, Justin. Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you for our yoga class. So all you need is a chair. So any chair, preferably not with wheels, but if you only have wheels, then that's fine. Like Cassie said, if you're in a wheelchair, just lock your brakes so that you're not moving around. So the plan today is we'll find a comfortable seat We'll go through a movement practice. There'll be a little bit meditation at the end, and then we'll have time together to reflect on the experience. And so now, before we start to move, who has done yoga before? So you can either use the reaction at the bottom, you can give me a thumbs up, you can put something in a chat, and you can say yes, no. I'm scrolling through. You can give me thumbs up, thumbs down, never done it.
I see a couple of thumbs up.
Oh, yeah. Great. Yes. Awesome. And if you're brand new to yoga, this is totally accessible. This is for everybody. Thank you. Oh, thank you everyone for putting in the chat and letting me know. Perfect. Well, so like I said, it's accessible for everyone. So even if you've never done yoga before, it will work out just fine. So let's go ahead and find our comfortable seat. And you can plant your feet down on the ground and find your hips settling in the chair. Just so you know, our benefits of yoga is to decrease stress, improve your mobility, and increase your attention. There is so much research now on yoga and breath work, on improving your quality of life. I even have students sometimes take their blood pressure before the class and their blood pressure after the class, and they notice or they see the difference in their numbers. So just know that there's a lot of benefit even in this very gentle, slow movement. I also want to add that this is your practice and your time. So I want you to be safe with your body. If anything doesn't feel good, please skip it or change it up so that it works for you. All right, let's go ahead and begin. So in your seat, let's begin by taking some big circles with your torso. Big circles. And there's really no right or wrong. You can make this your own. And then whenever you're ready, start to take your circles the other way. Noticing how is your spine feeling right now? How is your neck? How is your back? How are your shoulders? And then bring yourself back to center, nice and tall. And we'll move into some shoulder rolls. So big shoulder rolls, one direction. We'll go both ways, so it doesn't matter which way you start with. Big shoulder rolls one way. And then go the other direction. And then releasing those shoulders down the back. You can stay right where you are. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me a little bit better. On your inhale, you'll bring your chest forward and your elbows back so that you're stretching the front of the body. You can even look up towards the ceiling or where the wall meets the ceiling. And then on your exhale, drop your chin to your chest and around your back. So you're stretching your back body. Inhale, chest comes forward, elbows go back, looking forward, stretching your chest and belly. Exhale, round your back, drop your chin to your chest, stretch your back. Keep going here, following your breath pace. So don't worry about my speed or anybody else's speed, but go ahead and move at your speed. You can continue just like this, or if you'd like to add some arms, when you inhale, arms will go out to the side and back. And then when you exhale, arms will come forward as you round your back. So arms are optional. Feel free to add them if it feels good. And then go ahead and make your way back to center. Sitting tall, just pausing to notice how your body feels here. And we'll give ourselves a hug. So wrapping one arm over the other, reaching towards your shoulder blades. Inhale, twist your spine one direction. So you're going to look to one side and let your spine go that way. And then as you exhale, twist the other direction. Inhale, rotate your spine one way, maybe even looking past that shoulder. And exhale, twist and go the other direction. A few more times here. Really paying attention to what you're feeling. So some of us will feel some stretch between the shoulder blades. Some of us will feel this lower in our low back or middle back. Just noticing, what do you feel? Next time you're back to center, go ahead and pause. And we'll switch, bringing your other arm on top. Little different now. As you inhale, we'll lift our elbows up towards our face. It's almost like your arms are going to cover your face. And then exhale, elbows come down. Inhale, elbows. And exhale, elbows come down. A couple more times here at your own pace. And then next time your elbows are down, go ahead and release the arms down to your lap. And we'll give our arms a little break and move into our legs. So we'll begin with some heel lifts. So you probably can't see this super well, and that's okay. Now look down at your legs if it's helpful to get yourself started, and lift one heel at a time. So you'll lift one heel, bring it down, and then lift the other. So you're getting some motion in your ankle. You can continue just like this, or if you'd like, we'll begin to march. So lifting one foot completely off the ground, so you'll feel that thigh firm up, and then bringing the foot down, and then lifting the other leg and bringing it down. So we're just marching here, and I'll turn sideways as well so you can see. We're lifting one foot, and you decide how high you go. And if this doesn't work for you, stay with the heel lift. Just a few more times. And then releasing both feet down, moving into a hamstring stretch. We'll straighten out the right leg in front of us and lower the heel to the ground. So our left knee stays bent, the left foot stays on the ground, the right leg straightens in front of us.
Hi, Adria. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me? I accidentally muted you.
All right, so our right leg is forward, our left knee is bent, hands on your thighs, stretching our hamstrings as you inhale, lean forward. Exhale, sit tall. Now it's up to you how far you lean forward. Inhale as you lean. And exhale as you back off. So keep going here, again, at your own pace. So don't worry about my speed or anyone else's. And let your attention be both with your breath and with what you're feeling in the back of that leg. And the next time you're sitting tall, go ahead and pause. You have a couple of options. Keep your legs straight. You can stay sitting tall, or you'll begin to lean forward and stay forward. You can have your hands on your thighs, elbows bent. If you're feeling a little bit more flexible today, you could have a forearm to your thigh, but make sure that there's no pain. It can be a warm discomfort maybe, but it's a stretchy feeling, not a pinching, not an aching sensation. Now, as you hold this position, maybe noticing how it changes. So the longer you're in it, does it get easier? Does it get harder? And then make your way back up, rebend that right knee. Before we go to the other side, go ahead and windshield wiper your knees side to side. So just resetting, letting those legs sway a little bit. And we'll find our second side. So this time, other leg stretches forward. So that's the left leg for me. If you did a different leg, that's fine. Just make sure you switch. So the leg is stretched forward. Your right leg is bent. Hands on the legs. As you inhale, lean forward. Feel that intensifying of the stretch. And exhale, sit back up, back off. Keep going here. Follow your breath. Forward and back. You might notice this side is going to feel different compared to the first side. So is it easier, harder? There's no rush. The next time you're sitting tall, go ahead and pause. And then it's your choice, your decision. You can stay sitting tall and hold there for several breaths, or you can lean forward and bend those elbows and hold leaning forward for several breaths, or you can bring your forearm to your thigh and hold there. So wherever feels good, and just know that this side might be very different from the first side. So allowing space for that. It's okay if one side feels much tighter than the other. Last breath or two here. And then make your way back up to center, rebend that knee. And again, windshield wiper those legs or let your knees sway. Just resetting. We'll give our legs a little break and we'll move back to our upper body. So planting those feet so that you're sitting nice and tall. And we'll start with some wrist circles. So your arms can be down alongside the body, or you can bring your arms forward. Just feeling maybe some pops and cracks. And then go the other way. And then if it's accessible, go ahead and interlace the fingers and push your palms forward or down. So whatever works. If it hurts your shoulders to have your arms up, keep your arms down. That's totally fine. We're just stretching the hands, stretching the forearms. 3 deep breaths. And gently release those hands down. We'll bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, stretching the side of the neck. Go ahead and pause here. You can stay here. Or if you'd like, you can reach those left fingertips downward. You'll feel if you reach those fingertips down, it will intensify the stretch. So if that's too much, bring your hand back to your lap, no problem. And bringing your head back to center. And switching sides, other ear to shoulder, being really gentle. Shoulders are soft. And your ear is not going to actually touch the shoulder. It's just moving in that direction. Again, if you'd like, you can reach the right fingertips downward to intensify the stretch, only if that feels good. Keeping that jaw soft, 2 more breaths. then bringing yourself back to center. Shoulders are soft, and gently rotate your head no. So you might find that your neck is feeling a little looser now when you turn your head right to left. And then nod your head yes. Looking up and down, moving in just a range that feels good to you. And making your way back to center. Now, if you have the space for it, go ahead and take your legs nice and wide. So we're going kind of in a wide squat position, but we're staying on our chair. If you have armrests, you can always scooch a little bit forward. If it feels more comfortable, you can also scooch back. So feel free to explore so that this works for you, making sure you're still really stable on your seat. And we'll begin to lean to the right. So leaning to the right, you can stay on your hand, or you can bring your right forearm onto your thigh. If you have an armrest, you could bring your forearm to the armrest. That's another option. So either hand on the thigh, forearm to armrest, or forearm to thigh. Open your body to the side so that you're facing your screen if you have your computer, so that you're really opening up your side body. So we're focusing our attention to breathe into that left rib cage, that left side body. The free hand can either rest alongside your body, reach out to the side, or reach up to the sky or overhead. So you have this whole space, this whole rainbow space. You know, if you were drawing a rainbow with your arm, you can have your arm anywhere within that rainbow. You can even move your arm. So it can be still or it can move. So remembering this is your practice, taking a moment to notice or listen to your body. What would feel good? Is it stillness or is it movement? Yoga is almost more about the noticing and the sensing than the actual poses. The poses are our way to notice. It's our gateway into it. So nice strong legs here to come out. Push your heels into the ground. Feel free to use that right arm to push yourself up to center. Feel those abdominals maybe working. Release your hand. Couple shoulder rolls back. And then pausing, noticing the difference right to left. So you might feel really long on one side or warm and a little bit tighter on the other. So let's even that out. Leaning to your left or leaning to the other side, whichever side you didn't do. Again, you can be on your hand, or you can bring your forearm to an armrest or to your thigh. And then let your torso be open to the side. So try not to round the back. As best you can, you want to be open to the side so that that side body and waist and rib cage can stretch. Your free arm can rest down. It can reach out, up, overhead. Again, you have that whole rainbow space and you can explore. Where does it feel best? You can explore for as long as you'd like, but remembering that you're welcome to be in stillness if that's what your body wants. Noticing if you're clenching your jaw or your forehead, and what would it feel like to let that go a little bit, let that soften. Holding for just a few more breaths. And then feel free to use your arms to help yourself come up, or use those abs. And a few shoulder rolls, loosening back up. All right, let's heel toe those feet back towards each other, back together. And get really comfortable. So we're going to scooch back, maybe bringing your back to the backrest if you have one. And we'll move into just a little bit of breathing here. So feel free to close your eyes or soften your gaze down to the ground. And take a moment first to tune into where your body is supported by your chair or couch. So where are you making contact with the outside world? And what would it feel like to surrender into that support, letting your body soften into it? You might now begin to notice the parts of the body that are not connected to the ground. Maybe the backs of the knees, depending on how far back you're sitting. Maybe under the arms. And then begin to notice your breathing. There's no right or wrong. Just notice where you feel the breath in the body. Sometimes we feel it in the belly. Sometimes we feel it in the chest. Sometimes in the back or in and out of the nose. Or maybe somewhere else entirely. Go ahead and notice, where do you feel the breath? And let your attention rest in that area, in that place where you feel the breath the most. Now, what would happen if you slowed your breath down a little bit? Slightly longer inhales and longer exhales. And each time you exhale now, see if your body can soften a little bit more. Just a few more moments here, letting your body soften with each exhale. And if thoughts show up, know that that's normal. That's to be expected for everybody, even people who meditate regularly. Thoughts show up, you notice them, and then you come back to your breathing. Now begin to let that go. Let your attention soften. Start to notice the sounds around you. So not just my voice, but maybe you can hear cars or birds or somebody talking. Just noticing the sounds in your space. Coming back to also the sensations your body is experiencing. So the support of your chair, the feeling of your clothing on your skin. You might now begin to sense your sense of sight. So even with your eyes closed, can you notice the light passing through the eyelids? Maybe there's a color or shape. Now allow your spine to slowly lengthen, starting to bring yourself a little more alert. You might begin to wiggle your fingers or your toes or your wrists and ankles. Now next, inhale. If it feels okay, circle the arms out to the side and then up towards the sky, reaching all the way up. We'll do this a few times. Palms touch. Exhale, hands move towards the heart. Inhale, arms circle out and up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll do that one more time at your own pace. So don't worry about my speed for this one. But next time your hands are at the heart, just pause there, waiting for everyone. So with your hands touching in front of your chest, you might bow your chin towards your chest. Just take a moment to acknowledge yourself. Thank yourself for showing up today to take care of your mind and your body, and also showing up for everybody else here in the community, in the GoGo community, to move and practice and learn together. And in yoga, we say namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Namaste.
Now, I'd like to save just a few minutes before Justin and Cassie take over. If anybody wants to share if any feelings came up or thoughts, emotions, and you're welcome to put something in the chat, or you don't have to, you might write it down for yourself or unmute yourself. And just know that whatever experiences you may have had, probably somebody else experienced something similar, like, oh, I've never felt that stretch before. So feel free to share. Yes, hello. I see somebody waving. Please talk.
Hi, it's me, Irene. I just want to thank you, Adra, for this wonderful experience. And it's something I wish we could all do every day with you. You're a spiritual lady, and I can sense the spirituality in our movements too. So thank you very much. I really enjoyed this a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. Well, I will put later in the chat, I do have a YouTube video of chair yoga. So if you ever want to do this again, you can do it. It's a little different than this one, but it's similar moves. You can do it on your own. I'll put that in there. Oh, I see this. So Evelyn shared, I felt much release of tension and tightness in a gentle way. Many thanks. Yes. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Anybody else want to share thoughts, feelings? The sequence helped me feel more in my body. Sometimes I feel like I'm just a walking head. Yes. Oh, I feel that too. I'm glad. Yes. Taking that time to just sense, oh, where are we in space? What do we feel? Great. Well, thank you, everyone. If no one else wants to share about how their experience was, I will let Justin and Cassie take over.
Thank you so much, Adra. Yeah, I echo what Trudy was saying about feeling like a walking head sometimes too. And I think this was really nice just to feel, like I'm getting the moment to take stock and kind of tune back into myself. So thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you to everybody who's joined today. Like Adra mentioned, she has a YouTube channel and she has other videos, other demonstrations like this. So I put that link in the chat, but I'll also share it by email with you all afterwards. And I've also put in the chat a survey. If you could be so kind as to fill it out, it would be really helpful to us. It helps us know how to improve. And so we welcome your feedback. And Justin, I don't know if there's anything you'd like to add.
Just how great of an experience that was. It's been a long time since I've had a guided meditation and stretch. And when you had, in the meditation portion, when you said, notice the sounds around you, I realized that there had been background noise the entire time. And I had just kind of managed to tune it out. And so definitely speaks to the experience. Thank you. It looks like everyone had something similar. So thank you. Thank you, Adria. And thank you everyone for joining us. This was a really great way to do some yoga on a Wednesday, work day for me. So this was really fantastic. Thank you, everybody.
And if anybody has any questions about anything that we learned today, we could take the next couple minutes to ask those while we have Adria here. You could come off mute or you could chat it in if you're more comfortable.
Actually, that's a great point. Beyond what we just worked through, Adria is extremely in tune with the ways, our bodies need to work. And so if anyone has questions about maybe yoga in general or different types of physical therapy in general, that could be a great opportunity before we close out.
I see in the chat, someone just asked, do I have movements for disabled yoga therapy? Not sure exactly what you mean by that, but on my YouTube channel, I have a couple of, maybe it's 1 or 2 videos for stroke, yoga for stroke or movement for stroke using a cane or a bar to help support your hands. If you want to elaborate a little bit more on, oh yes, for stroke. So there's at least 1, there may be 2 videos on doing some exercises for stroke with the thought of hemiplegia having less movement on one side of the body. But that's the only disability that I have a video for specifically. But I always recommend that people try the chair yoga, the regular plain chair yoga, and modify it to work for their body. So it's really, yoga is about finding what works for you, not emulating a certain form. I see, Jean, you have your hand up. You'll have to unmute yourself. It's usually the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, there you go.
All right. I was just wondering about your classes. Are you offering more of the seated yoga?
Maybe we can go ahead, Adria.
When will the next one be?
I'm right there with you.
We'll see. Maybe GoGo will want more classes. But I don't regularly teach to the general public chair yoga. I do teach occasionally through Veterans Hospital. So if anyone's a veteran, you have access to lots of chair yoga. But I don't have a regular chair yoga class right now.
Very effective, particularly this time of day.
That's great feedback. And Jean, if we were to host a few more of these, would you want to join?
Are you talking seated yoga or other?
Yeah, or maybe other exercise and stretching.
Exercise, yes.
Okay, fantastic. That's helpful to know.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
The Zoom is just helping me out immensely.
In what way?
Because I'm not driving now, so I can stay in my home and tune you in.
Well, we're so happy that you could join us and that you're enjoying them. Does anyone else have any other questions for Adria?
Thank you.
I love questions. I'm happy to answer anything. I might not have the answer, but
Well, if anybody has one that comes up, you can feel free to
I had
email.
one.
Oh, yeah, we got one. Go ahead.
I'd like to know Adra's background. I mean, how did you learn all of this?
yes. So after university, I didn't know what to do. And so I decided to get certified to teach yoga. And I started in more intense yoga, and slowly over the years have begun to move towards the more, I don't want to, it's the spiritual part, or this like understanding of the body, not the hardcore exercise. And I then recently became an occupational therapist, so that really feeds into my background. This isn't very linear what I'm saying, but the other thing I did was start teaching kind of trauma-based yoga at the VA hospital for addiction. And that really started to inform a lot of my practice, because it's about slowing down. It's about sensing what you're feeling, not about getting into these crazy poses. Does that answer enough?
Yes, it's very helpful, and I'm very thankful for people like you. Thank you for your presentation today.
Thanks for being here.
Anybody else? Well, I was going to say that if anybody has a question and you're feeling shy, or you think of it later, if you want to email back the Gazette at GoGoGrandparent.com, which is the email that you received the invite from today, you can always feel free to email there. I can see if I can help answer that question if it comes up. And you know, our next Grow with GoGo event is going to be in November, as Justin mentioned. So I hope you'll all be able to join us for that. And I guess we could close out here if that feels good to everybody. But I really appreciate everyone's time, and Adria for your energy. And it was a beautiful experience. So thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Hi,
you.
folks. Thanks for participating.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.